Today on Smackey's Garage, I'm going to show you some projects that you should do to your truck that you might not be doing. So let's go ahead and let's look at these little projects that need to get done to keep this truck in tip-top shape. So the first item we're going to be talking about is sunroof maintenance. The sunroof, if you have one on your truck, is something that you need to take care of, or it could be a very expensive problem. I've seen people spend in the thousands of dollars to get these repaired when there's an issue. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at two different areas. The first one, we're going to look at the sunroof drains. When's the last time you've actually put water through your sunroof drains to ensure that they're clear? So we're going to go ahead and do that. All right, so sunroof drains. I believe the sunroof drains are on the four corners of this, so making sure that they're open and flowing is incredibly important. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put some water down here to ensure that everything is flowing well. What you don't want to do is put compressed air in there, because if you do, there's a chance you could blow off the lines on the inside of the truck, and if you do that, water's just going to be leaking directly in. And you can see if the sunroof drain is working properly, all your water is going to come out there. Don't need to go ahead and chase down any issues. So the next item is going to be taking care of this sunroof track. So you can see there's some junk in there that I'm going to go ahead and clean all this up. I'm also going to clean this up. You can see all the junk on the seals. When you do get junk on seals here, your sunroof ends up getting stuck, and that's how it mainly gets damaged. So I'm going to go ahead and clean these so I have a nice, smooth operating sunroof. All right, I use rubbing alcohol and water. A lot of people criticized me in my first video for this. Do whatever works well for you. And then the lubricant I'm going to use on it is Krytox. It is extremely expensive, but it's kept my sunroof working this entire time. Now, I've owned this truck since new, so figure 8 years now, and I have 120,000 miles on it. I've been doing this constantly to the sunroof. Never had an issue with it. I mean, let's take a look at what this looks like after just a few minutes of wiping. All right, so something you should do yearly is you should replace the cabin air filter in your truck, or more if you drive on dirt roads. So for this, I've already replaced it this year, but to do it, I have an entire video on it. It is not hard to do, it just takes a lot longer than a typical car would. So I'd plan probably like 20 to 30 minutes for this. It is right here, right behind the glove compartment. While I'm here in this area, and talking about water drains. So these door drains right down here actually get pretty gunked up and pretty filled. I have an entire video on how to clean them. You can see that there is junk in there already. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm actually going to clean these out as I did before and ensure that water is flowing through them, because last time when I took the door and I shook it, I could literally hear the water in there. So with this, do not neglect these drains on at least the front doors. I've seen it. Haven't really seen anything on the back doors. Quick break right here to say, if you like the video, you like the channel, subscribe. Also, don't forget to like this video. It really does help. I do a lot of projects on my F-150, I got my Mustangs here, a lot of tool reviews and things in the garage. So don't forget to subscribe. Let's get back to the truck. And then while we're talking about cleaning areas, that area up there where the pickup is for the heating system, you want to clean out all the junk here too, because anything that's going to get in here is going to make more of a mess of your truck. I typically use a leaf blower, and you can just blow it all right out. And then look at that. One, I'm going to replace my air filter, and then two, it looks like someone has moved in underneath it. There's a lot of leaves and junk built up into there, so that also needs to get cleaned out. And you can see there are actually vents down there. So making sure that's clean, incredibly important. Now, while I'm up here, I'll look at the battery terminals. I'll inspect them as well. Don't mind my massive mess of wiring over here. But so these battery terminals, the battery's pretty new, so there's no corrosion on them. But you want to check both the positive and the negative for any signs of corrosion. And if you do, you want to use a battery tool or a battery terminal tool to clean it out. Next, I'm going to go ahead, look at the coolant on the truck, and you can see my coolant level is actually at the min. So knowing that, that means I probably have a small leak somewhere. I need to add some coolant to this. All right, so some foreshadowing for a future video. You can see here I have a new Ford Motor Company water pump. I have the plastic that goes with it. So we're gonna go ahead and try to fix the coolant leak that I have in my truck. Everything that came with the pump looks fine. Interesting markings all over it. It does have this area, which is machined out, but there's no gasket, nothing here. So might need to get some more parts and figure that out. But if you want to see how to change a water pump on an F-150, that's going to be coming up shortly. Next thing I'm going to do while I'm up here, I kind of overfilled that, but it's okay, is I'm going to check on the belt. Now, on the belt on these trucks, you really want to make sure that there's no cracking on it. And if there is, you want to immediately replace it. Well, my balancer is pretty rusty. My belt doesn't have any cracking on it. I went underneath it, inspected it. It looks okay. All right, next I'm going to check the brake fluid. I have a brake fluid tester like this. I have not used this before, but checking for water content. Now, this is something you should check two things. One, you should check your level. And then two, how new is your brake fluid? If it's saturated with water, probably a good time to replace it. Oh, mine is in the replace territory. Look for an upcoming video on flushing your brake system. I'll go ahead and link this tool in the description below if you want to pick one up. Check your brake fluid. So that tool's really intuitive, easy to use, red, yellow, green. It tells you instructions on how to use it on the tool itself, and I guess we have an upcoming video on how to flush your brake system. If you don't already do this often, go ahead and check your oil level. It is an F-150, especially if you have the 5-liter. All right, so finished in the engine bay, I'm actually gonna go underneath the truck and I'm gonna check the differentials on both of them. Now, my goal isn't actually to check the fluid level, but it's just to look to see if any of the differentials are leaking and if there's any seepage on it. And if it's leaking, you will know. You'll typically see it's really dark under there. The rear looks fine, and then the front is okay as well. And then the last thing that I'm gonna do on my truck is I'm actually going to drop the spare tire. On these trucks, the spare tire area is known for getting really gummed up and really rusted. So it ends up you not being able to drop the spare tire when you really need it. So because of that, you want to go ahead, drop it. Make sure that this key here isn't seized like mine was in the past, and you can get the spare tire out. That is definitely an area you need to check out, because what happened to me is a few months ago, I went to check on my spare tire. I ended up trying to get the key in there to unlock the area. The key wouldn't go in. Well, the key would go in, it was just completely frozen and I couldn't rotate it, which means I couldn't drop the spare tire. I had to go ahead under there with a screwdriver, take off the little E-clip, I think it was, and then fully replace that piece. And I ended up replacing it with something that does not have a lock. So if this happened on the side of the road, I wouldn't have been able to get my tire down if I had a flat. So definitely an area to check. All right, so with all these steps and everything cleaned, something I don't need to worry about for another few months. Let me know down in the comments how many of these you actually do on a regular basis to ensure your truck stays in tip-top shape. Thanks for tuning in to Smackey's Garage this week. I'll see you next time.